What I'm thinking about the first week of summer break. I think this may be the summer where I double down on mothering. Not that I've ever stopped. It feels weird because I'm releasing Ben in many areas, but I also need to mother both my children and their children in my community who also need that mothering influence. And having just celebrated Mother's Day a couple weeks ago, mothering is still very much on my mind. And at the same time of needing to intensely nurture and pour into the children around me, at the same time, I am feeling weary in a way that I haven't in quite a while. And I found some encouragement in Walking on Water by Madeline L'Engle, and it's on page 33. Go into yourself, search for the reason that bids you to write, find out whether it is spreading out its roots in the deepest places of your heart, and acknowledge yourself whether you would have to die if you were denied to write. And I'm taking that same concept and I'm turning it over, examining it in my mind like I would, a crystal or an arrowhead or something. If you picture kind of turning a rock around in your hand to look at it from every angle, I'm wondering, and I'm sorry, the rest of her quote is, must I write? Delve into yourself for a deep answer. This should be affirmative. If you may meet this earnest question with a strong and simple I must, then build your life according to this necessity. Okay, end quote. So now again with mothering, yes, I must. It holds true. It holds true. Must I mother? Yes. Being a mom to my children and to the children in our community, in our youth group, in our church, and our neighborhood, the children that need a mothering presence, yes, that is built into who I am. And so that means that I need to delve in to this at the best possible way that I can. And some of these children have mothers. And this is not in any way to diminish or downplay their role in their children's lives or the children that they're fostering or that if they have mothered in other maybe non-traditional ways. The idea is, couldn't we all use some adults pouring into our children's lives, some good, trustworthy, kind adults that come alongside and help speak to our children and mentor our children? I welcome godly perspectives. I welcome people who want to teach my children and build them up and encourage them. In that same way, when I see gaps in our community in different areas, I want to be that for these kids. I love the kids in our youth group. I love the kids in our community, and I want to be a safe place for them to go. I want to be one more encouraging voice, pointing them to God and to truth and to the way that is right. And so I've kind of been thinking along those lines this week. And at the same time, it is an intense work. It really is. Some of our circumstances have changed the last 2 weeks. And in that, and it was pretty unexpected. And in that, I told Zach that I feel like I'm back in that intense mothering season of 3 toddlers. Now, my children are teenagers with the exception of one. So there's really no reason for me to feel like I have toddlers, but that's how I feel. And in those toddler days, I remember praying often all day long for God's guidance and his patience and his grace to just fill me up so I could do the work of mothering in that intense season. In a similar way, I am finding that I need moment by moment, hour by hour inspiration and guidance. And I don't want being weary to become an excuse for not doing the work around me that I see that needs done. And even where I am in Psalms right now, in my personal devotional, is kind of reminding me of these themes and these priorities of God. Psalm 82, verses 3-4 says, defend the weak and the fatherless, uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed, rescue the weak and the needy, deliver them from the hand of the wicked. If my family is not going through a hard season right now, but sees people that are, then yes, my job, my family's job, and our mission is to be a help and a support and an advocate for those who are experiencing tragedy and loss and facing persecution, whether that be with a capital P or lowercase p. Tragedy is tragedy, and I think it's not helpful to weigh things on the scale of, well, yes, we live in America and we are so blessed. Yeah, that's true. That doesn't diminish the heartbreak of loss or grief or change in jobs or facing homelessness or some of the other things that those around us are currently going through. Marriage struggles, loss, miscarriage, the death of a loved one. Our communities are hurting and broken. And if we are not personally going through those hard times, then yes, I believe it is our job to prop those up that are, to, again, love them through it and to remind them of truth and beauty. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.